for years, and people at the time wanted to know how to become a radio personality. If we were to replace radio with podcasting, it still wouldn't matter, because the performance and production aspect is what we value the most out of our program. But by the way, I've never told you any of the numbers before.
Welcome to the PEV Productions podcast. I am your host, Pev Gamer. You can follow me on all my social medias at Pev Gamer. I am in Stratford, Connecticut today at the CSB Media Center at the Conneticut School of Broadcasting. I have across from me one of the all-time best teachers and the founder of Jam Media, Jaden Marquez. Jaden, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, dude, thank you for coming out, and thank you for obviously meeting me at the school.
Of course. Thank you for coming down. Yes, you were one of my students, so I am extremely happy of where you have gone and where I have gotten to as far as me opening up my own company. So this is very exciting and everything.
Yeah, have you done a podcast, like kind of talking about your work before?
No, I haven't.
Got you. So let me tell you a little bit about the podcast. We do kind of a handbag here at PEV Productions. Sometimes we talk about just what's going on in your culture.
Okay.
Other times we are trying to spotlight more local businesses across Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I grew up in Connecticut. I'm very fond of the state. I'm very fond of like when people are giving back. I know we laugh, but it's like one of those things where it's like when you're doing something as important as small business in this state, which is constantly under attack by unfortunately politicians and some local government. It just, without getting too political, obviously, because I don't want to, like, small business is what thrives the economy.
Of course. Small business is what gives more jobs to people that need the jobs.
Exactly. You know, there's a more ear to the ground when it comes to all of basically what people need. So thank you for being here. That's first and foremost for me.
And thank you for having me on your podcast. This is exciting.
Of course. So let's start with actually the school.
Okay.
Because Conneticut School of Broadcasting was a blessing for me, right? Like,
yes.
A lot of my stuff is self-taught. You know, I was able to start podcasting. I was able to stream long before I came to the school.
Yes.
But I came to the school to kind of sharpen a lot of like what I needed to know. Because again, being self-taught, I was still lacking in certain things, right? So you have a very similar story, right? You attended the school before becoming a counselor on the campus, right?
Yes.
What was that experience like for you? What was it like coming to the school back in, what did you graduate, 2015?
No, 2018.
2018, okay. Gotcha.
2019, but I took the 2018 November night class at the time. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. When I first came to CSB, I initially wanted to do video editing, but I fell more in love with the audio side of editing.
Sure. And
fell in love with the computer software that ran the music, the commercials, the jingles and stuff. It was a software called Profit Next Gen, which is a very popular automation software within the world of iHeartMedia. However, a lot more, the same company that made Next Gen made another software called Zeta that a lot of stations are switching over to from Next Gen. So it's more modern, it's more, looks better, it runs better, a lot more like easier on the computer end.
It does all the stuff and the things for
less
work.
Exactly. For less work, but more money. But
well, that's how it always goes.
Yeah. No, of course. But my point with that was that I enjoyed learning the software and I learned the heck out of it.
Sure.
And I was having a lot of fun with it. And
which that's really important. That's what I've noticed about the school is everything is a lot of fun when you actually come here. Like, I don't know about the other locations. I know CSB Media has opened other schools. Like, they have one in Farmington, Connecticut. There's one in Jersey. There's one in Florida. I actually don't know where the fourth one is. You guys have
that is the fourth one.
Oh, that is
we
the
are
fourth one.
included in the 4 count.
Okay, that was stupid of me. Yes,
So
it's 4 schools, not 5 schools.
right,
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, did you catch that? I haven't finished drinking my coffee yet. I think that's what it comes down to.
Listen, it's what time? It's like 8 a.m. right now as we're recording this. Yeah.
You know what? You don't have to lie. It's okay. But
Go
no,
ahead.
in all seriousness, right? Like the school seems like it has really a divide of different things for people to kind of get into, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know some of my classmates, without outing anybody, I don't want to put anybody on the spot.
Of course.
I know some people were really into sports broadcasting, so that side of radio. Some people were into just social media management / content creation.
Yeah.
Myself, I'm a big content creation guy, and I like making, films and stuff like that. So, and the broadcast course did a lot of that. Like, we touched everything. Is that curriculum super hard for you guys to put together? How long have you been teaching it? How long has the school been teaching it?
Got you. So the school actually opened in 1964. That was when the company first started.
Sure.
By a man named Dick Robinson.
Okay.
He was on WDRC for years, and people at the time wanted to know how to become a radio personality, how to become a jock. So eventually he decided to create CSB. And what it is today, eventually, as time went on, he crafted the curriculum with a bunch of other instructors at the time and turned it into this lovely program that it is. Obviously, over time, things change, so you have to change the curriculum. It can't stay the same. But a lot of the stuff that was taught back, I would say, like in the 80s and 90s, like, obviously, equipment has changed and the software has changed, but the principles of using the software, the principles of using the board, the principles of just basic audio editing knowledge or video editing knowledge has stayed the same for decades.
Sure, that makes sense.
So there's no reason to change the curriculum from what it was to now, because no matter if you learn on, the world's oldest video camera to these modern cameras today, the same concept of ISO or white balancing or zooming in, zooming out is all of the same principles that you use today. Am I correct, Pedro?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like camera work and stuff like that, like a lot of the same terms are exactly that. And because the school is so diverse in its teachings,
yes,
right? Like,
yes,
you're obviously doing predominantly, it seems like, radio out of this campus.
Correct, but because this program is so diverse with the amount of stuff that we teach, the technical skills that you learn are what's most valuable. It doesn't matter
absolutely.
It doesn't even matter if we teach a whole course on freaking podcasting, right? You're still getting the technical skills. If we were to replace radio with podcasting, it still wouldn't matter, because the performance and production aspect is what we value the most out of our program.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the teaching of it is remarkable.
I agree. Just from my firsthand experience, like everybody you brought on, everybody from the industry,
yes,
like brilliant people.
That's what sets us apart from the colleges and stuff. With college, you need a degree, you need a license and stuff, whatever, to be an instructor or a professor. You don't need that here. You just need experience within at least a decade, or I would say maybe 5 years or whatever. But like, I don't know what corporate decides as far as the qualifications of an instructor.
Sure.
Just in general, being knowledgeable with your craft to be able to like teach that. Like, we had an instructor teaching Pro Tools at the time that worked with it every day at Scholastic Audio.
Yeah.
And he does audiobooks every freaking day with Pro Tools. So he was able to teach the class because he knows the program in and out.
That makes sense.
So
That's
that
really
qualifies him to be a teacher at CSB.
cool. Mhm.
And it's a good way to teach people. You're getting taught from people that are in the industry.
Yeah.
So that's also one of the benefits of being at CSB is being taught by those people.
Yeah, it's definitely better than traditional college. I think, college is not for everybody. It definitely
No.
wasn't for me. Like, I love learning stuff. I just can't learn the same way everybody does in a traditional, like, classroom.
Exactly.
This course was completely hands-on, and I absolutely loved that. And I did notice, like, there's people who have been in, coaching for voiceover. There
Yes.
have been people here who have worked in every field of Hollywood, from stage director all the way to actor to a normal, traditional movie director. We've had people who've worked on live local news, behind the camera, in front of the camera. It's a beautiful course to be part of. And I'm really, really happy that so many people come into the course. And even you teach a couple of the classes here,
Yes.
which is really cool. And then the other instructors obviously take on the more hands-on of what they do on a daily basis.
Yes.
I want to move away from the school
Okay.
because I know you do a lot for it, but I do want to talk to you about Jam Media.
Okay.
So as far as I know, Jam Media is actually, they do a lot of the same work that PEV Productions does for local business, right? Like, you guys help with audio advertisement for local businesses. We do too, but we dip more into video
Yes.
first for, your traditional beat out to traditional commercial purchases, right?
Okay. Yep.
Because you guys also do a cost per mile. We do a cost per mile every 1,000 as well, whether it's audio or audio and video.
Right. Right.
So
exactly.
I know you guys kind of understand that, but walk me through how that came about. Like, what made you want to work in that field?
I saw a video that came across my YouTube field of just I watched this guy. His name is Mike Russell.
Sure.
He has a company called Music Radio Creative. It's a production company, but it's strictly for voiceover talent and radio jingles and stuff like that.
Sure.
And he teaches courses on Adobe Audition and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's a huge production guy. Anyways, there was a video that popped up where he worked with this company called AudioGo, right? So once I saw that, I got interested in learning more about the company, AudioGo, and they help aggregate a bunch of these different audio platforms to allow your advertisement to be played on a plethora of different, whether it's SiriusXM, regular podcasting, that, when you hear an ad, your ad can potentially be played in the areas that you set for the campaign.
Sure.
To be broadcasted out of. And they're really big and trusted in the media industry.
Yeah.
We've been working with them for roughly about 8 months or so.
Yeah.
And we've been liking the relationship with them, so much so that I started Jam Media to be the middleman between the campaign and the actual client that we book.
Sure. That makes sense to me. Yeah. And, we started using AudioGo as well for the very few, radio or non-traditional radio advertisements we've had to do. And a client came up to me relatively recently and said, well, why don't I just take the reins on this? Like, why am I paying for you, right? And I asked him straight up, I'm like, no, listen, you could do this on your own. You absolutely could. The problem that you're missing that, like, I offer you is analytic tools and creating your advertisement at an affordable price.
Yes.
So it's not even just like, AudioGo is the secret to, the tool in which, no, it really comes down to, do you have the creativity for it? Do you have the time? Because with small businesses, everyone is involved in their business, right? Like, I just went to, there's this awesome coffee shop in Shelton, I believe. It's called Kickstart. It's awesome. So good. I literally drove like maybe an hour and a half to go there, right?
Come on, stop.
I'm so serious, dude. Probably some of the best coffee I've had. They do this thing called an espresso Joe or a mocha Joe. I'm sorry, a mocha Joe, and it is iced coffee. You can do it hot as well, but they mix cocoa into the coffee, and it gets brewed on top of it. It comes out so freaking good.
Wow.
So
it's almost like having a dark chocolate within the coffee itself.
Dude, it's like mixing a cold brew and that hot chocolate that you want just in
Oh
one.
my god, that's
It's literally
awesome.
like a frozen cappuccino. It's so
Wow.
good.
Okay.
So you
What
know,
happened with the relationship?
well, I haven't worked with them
Okay.
yet. But I did ask. I was like, "Is your the owner to the location is?" I just want to say this menu is awesome. And the lady at the front desk was like, "Oh, my owner's actually in the back. She's the cook for the day." I'm like, "Oh wow, see that's what it is." And it's the same story across all the places I've gone.
Yeah.
And I've had the time to ask, "Hey, how involved is your owner in your business?" And
Yeah.
like, they're over there changing a light bulb, or they're over there.
Yep.
Do you really have the time to put together your own ad? And do you have the creativity to go with that? If you do, all the power to you. Go ahead, take this tool and go for it.
Yep.
But if you want to be smart about where your money is going, there is nothing wrong with hiring a Jam Media or a PEV Productions for small business company
Yep.
to help you do it. The question is, do they have the skills to put into analytic data?
Exactly. And I've actually gone out myself and gone to a couple different companies.
Yeah.
And the same thing that I see a lot of is that audio advertising is really expensive. And it is.
Oh, yeah.
Even video advertising for
So-
traditional
Yeah.
television.
I'm just going to tell you right now, I have a client that they are getting outbid by a big name store. I can't obviously say the name for legal reasons.
Of course.
But it's a big corporate retailer beating out this mom and pop shop just of general goods. They are trying to get like local TV time on, I think it's channel 3, and the pricing to start is insane. It's thousands of dollars
Yeah.
to run the ad once. Like, are you kidding
For like
me?
30 seconds.
For 30 seconds, right?
And what I also tell people too is even with TV or radio, it's dependent on how many people are watching or listening at that exact time,
Right.
right? Because if you advertise on any of these local stations, again, I'm not going to say the name of these local stations, because, yeah.
Sure.
So, with, let's just say, for example, WXYZ or whatever. I'm just
Sure.
using that as an example. They have a transmitter that goes, 150, 200 miles. Those people listening at that time in that 200-mile radius is only hearing that ad a couple times, depending on how many times you want to run the ad and how many times you schedule it. That's the only time that person is going to listen. And that's fine and dandy, right? But it's also really goddamn expensive.
It is.
Versus the streaming side of audio, where your ad can, if you listen in New York to a podcast, you could be getting a Conneticut ad for something.
Yeah, actually, that's my next question for you, because I think that actually ties into it. When you're working with small businesses,
Yeah.
is that the biggest challenge for you guys? Or what is your biggest challenge? Like, because I know for us, it's trying to convince a business owner to meet their customers where they are.
Yeah.
And since 2016, streaming services have overpowered traditional TV.
Oh yeah, they have.
And same thing with streaming platforms.
Netflix, Paramount,
HBO,
what is it? HBO, what's another one?
Hulu, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, Peacock,
Yeah.
Tubi, is that
Tubi,
Tubi? There's another like purple.
Even Roku. Roku has
That's
their
what.
own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roku has their own advertising platform as well.
And for even the audio side, right? Like Pandora alone is outperforming most radio stations in our state.
Right.
So like,
Do people do you see a higher number of people listening to Pandora versus like Spotify versus iHeart?
oh,
Like,
all the time. The number shifts obviously depending what region I'm in.
yeah,
But that's actually kind of my question for you. Is that the toughest thing that you found with like Jam Media? Like, are you trying to like sit there and tell these clients like, hey, listen, first and foremost, all your customers are listening to Pandora right now,
right.
so we have to get your ad on Pandora like right
That
now.
all depends on what at the end of the campaign, what the data tells us, where the ad was played and when it was played.
Yeah.
Because the thing with Audio Go is that we can day part it, but the company normally doesn't. Like, they say it's not a good idea to do that because whoever's listening at that time, you're going to reach that person anyway. So why
Sure.
day part? Day parting's, in my opinion, good.
I agree.
Because if you don't want if you want the ad to play at morning drive or daytime drive, you're gonna hit those people,
In that time.
right. You don't want to target the people driving late at night because they're really not.
So the cost of that probably gets up there for sure. But I agree with you. It's better to target your demographic at the times they're in the car or that they're listening to their podcast or their
Exactly.
music.
Exactly.
That makes sense
And
to me.
like you said before, it's all about trying to convince these people, right? Because a business can ask me, "Hey, is this gonna play on this, and that?" Well, at first glance, I can't tell you that because we don't really know where Audio Go's algorithm is going to place your ad and outbid another ad to be played at that exact time. Whoever on their platform scheduled the ad to play at that specific time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
kind of picking and choosing where to place the ad.
Sure, that's the only problem I have with Audio Go since I've been working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Is I really want to know how many times the ads have been played and where they've been played.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that problem getting that information with the partnership I have with like Paramount, right?
Okay.
Like Paramount has their inner networks, and I kind of have an idea of when those ads are being played and where they're being played, which
Okay.
is really helpful to clients because we can kind of see where their demographic is being hit and where
Yes.
it's not. So I hope Audio Go honestly adds that functionality later on.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, though, actually, to stay within the realm of radio,
Sure.
I have listened to your radio station.
Okay. Awesome.
You have a digital radio station called The Shuffle.
The Shuffle 102.7.
Tell me a little bit about that. How did that get started? What's the genre? What's going on with it?
Oh man! So a few years ago, a buddy of mine, Willie, he wanted to get into. First of all, he's a mobile DJ.
Got you.
He has a DJ company.
Wait, what is explain that to me. What is a mobile DJ? Like, what is that title?
So a mobile DJ service just is like a party planning service for the entertainment, right?
So he literally goes around and is a DJ, like on the go.
Well, whoever books him.
Sure. Like if I want to have a party down the street,
Yeah.
I can book him and he'll show up.
Yep.
Okay.
He can run the whole audio for the whole day.
No shit.
I've worked with his company to where we have ran the audio for there was an Italian festival up in the Hartford area, and we were running the entire audio. Like he's got the subwoofers, he's got the speakers, and we just blasted them and played music all day.
That's pretty freaking cool, actually.
Yeah, and we got paid for that.
As you should. honestly speaking.
But that's what a mobile DJ does. Like offer these services. Hey, I want to do a wedding for XYZ. Okay, let's talk about this, and that, and he books them.
Sure.
Also, just like backyard parties or boxing matches he can even do.
That's pretty funny.
You know
That's
what I'm
hilarious,
saying?
actually.
So he can run the audio for the boxing matches for the people to be able to. And now, starting lineup with your 100 and something pounds, or you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
pretty freaking cool, actually.
So anyways, back on track.
No,
So
no, of course.
he worked at the radio station with me. That we were working at the time, and he wanted to do it himself. He wanted to do his own programming. Hence, now where he created the Shuffle, and brought me on to assist with that, and now I pretty much run it side by side with him.
Got you. And for all the listeners,
so half and half, it's my station.
Sure. For all the listeners as well, the Shuffle is downloadable on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store.
Yes.
That is the Shuffle. I think it actually...
The Shuffle 102... I can actually tell you right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know I have it on my phone too.
So it's the Shuffle 102...
102 point something?
Yeah,
here it is. The Shuffle 102.
Because it doesn't on when you see it on the main app.
Like on the App Store?
I'm looking on the App Store now. The Shuffle. Okay, so it's called the Shuffle 102.7 Radio.
Yeah,
that's the name of the app. That's the full name of the app. That's on the
Google
Play Store and the Apple Store.
Yep, and that's the two platforms that you guys are on right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool, by the way. And
by the way, we are a variety station.
Sure.
We've pretty much changed our format recently to be just club style music. So a lot of like bangers that you would hear, like a 4 on the floor, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Like that 4 on the floor like style of like
it's like
funk and house and freestyle. That's what we're trying to focus on now with our programming.
Sure.
And we've been getting a good decent amount of people listening. There's also a salsa aspect to this.
Yeah, you guys have a salsa Sunday every Sunday, correct?
Yes, that Willie hosts from 10 to about 2 o'clock. And we get a lot of good feedback from that show.
Now, that's the other thing, actually, real quick, too, before we go any farther with that. Now, the station is variety in terms of club music. I have noticed that for sure. I've also noticed the Salsa Sundays, which are awesome. You know, I listen to those probably the most because a lot of my Spanish family members are like, "Oh, put on salsa music," and I'm like, "All right, well, I'm around you guys, so we're gonna listen to salsa music." It's cool. It's an absolute great time.
Yeah.
Now, there are currently you guys have 4 DJs, right? 4 or 5?
Right around 4. We're trying to hire another one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're trying to put on a 5th one.
That's going to be cool. So the station... What did I want to kind of ask you about the station? Because, again, I listen to it every chance I get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what it is. The station is very much, like, honoring Spanish culture. Like, all of your DJs are of some type of...
Spanish descent.
Yes, okay. So, and that explains, obviously, the salsa nights. Which, oh, my God. Again, dude, it's awesome. It's awesome to see Spanish representation, for sure. Especially on a digital front. And by the way, you do not have to live in Connecticut to get the radio station. It's available on the App Store everywhere. It's not region locked.
Right. Or you can go to the shuffle1027.com.
Yep.
And click the listen live button, and you're able to listen to the station live.
But you know it's going to be so much more convenient for people to download the app.
Of course. No, I understand that. But there's just always another way to listen to the station. We've also put the station on a bunch of other different platforms, MyTuner Radio, radio.net, like Streama, like all these different places that you could listen to the Shuffle.
So there's multiple places to find the Shuffle, which is
exactly
awesome. That
exactly.
Totally
we wanted to broaden our reach to people. If
your
that makes
horizon,
sense.
As some
your
might say.
horizon, mate. But go ahead.
No, that's great. That's awesome. So you can get the Shuffle at quite a few places.
Yes.
Now, the Shuffle being a shared, let's say a shared opportunity for everybody, right?
Yeah.
You know, what changes do you think the Shuffle will have in a few years? You know, are you moving any type of talk show on there? Because I noticed it's all
we
music.
have it's regular dance shows right now. that our DJs are doing. And the fact that you talked about the Spanish descent of the other DJs and stuff, remember that back in the days, a lot of more and more DJs were of Spanish descent.
Yes. Yeah.
Versus those that were Caucasian or black. Most of them were either Puerto Rican, Mexican, Dominican,
especially on the Connecticut side of things, right?
Especially on the Connecticut, but also New York.
New York too. Well, New York has I think their radio host percentage is predominantly African American, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is awesome, by the way. Good for them. But it's nice to definitely have some variety.
Exactly.
Like club music is not my thing at all. You guys make it fun. You guys totally make it fun. So
really?
I will, dude. If it's not in the club, I don't want to freaking hear it. But with you guys, I'll listen to it.
Oh man. That's awesome to hear. I love that. Thank you so much for that.
Listen, man, you know how mean I am about this kind of stuff. And that's just what it comes down to. It's not my scene. I'm more of a metal, hard rock kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I will listen to the mix you guys have. And at times I'm like dancing in the car. I'm like driving. I'm like, Bob left, right, right, Bob left, right.
Yep.
Like it just kind of happens.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So where we get our music from, we have a relationship with a record company. And we're able to get some of these songs for promotional use, of course, right?
Of course.
And that gets put on the station to promote that song, whatever it is.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we're playing more of the classic music, the music that came out a few years ago or previous years, right? Almost like a throwback category.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then the new songs get played during the shows.
Gotcha.
Mainly the Saturday night dance mix with Willie. So he does that show and the Salsa Sunday show.
That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
And he pushes he does do the old music. You got to play the classics, but he does push the brand new music coming out.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Whether it is freestyle, house, stuff like that, he is pushing that side of it.
Cool. That's good to know. Yeah, the Shuffle's definitely a worthwhile listen.
It's a unique radio station. It's not. This is the thing. We want it to be. We want it to be like everyone else, but not like everyone else.
Yeah, makes sense.
We want it to be different. What radio stations do you see out there that are focusing on more freestyle, house, that sort of demographic?
In Connecticut, you don't see that. You don't,
or just in general. In general, do you see any radio station out there?
When you get, I'm a little bit more, I think, traveled in terms of the United States than you are, and there's nothing against you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Like when you go down south, like you're talking
country, you're talking like
I'd say when you get past Georgia and you go right into Florida, there are so many local stations that do focus on that freestyle house.
Really?
Like some freestyle rap, a lot of club music at night, especially. Like that's the big thing over there.
Right.
And it fits like the Miami Vice feel, but you can get it anywhere in Florida. But past that, you go to Georgia, you don't hear that. You go to North Carolina, South Carolina, you really got to look for it. Mm-hmm. Delaware, basically, I've traveled most of the East Coast, and you don't see it. And I've even been to Kentucky. I'm actually going out to Ohio in a few weeks.
Wow.
And as far as I know from the people that I know that live in Ohio, they're like, there ain't no fucking dubstep or anything like that up here, so we're not gonna worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, Florida has a huge culture of club music, especially Miami. Like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, like that whole area. Like you can't throw a rock at a radio and not hear,
of
club.
Course. Yeah.
Which is quite funny when you think about it, because it's Miami.
Yeah. No, that's actually a different way a different perspective. That I didn't know, because again, me and Willie share the responsibility with the Shuffle, and to be able to know that
is important, right?
Is very important, because then we can also restructure the music in a way that is inviting to everybody, not just one demographic.
Absolutely.
Or not one. Is it a demographic? Or
I would call it a demographic because there's very specific people that like that kind of music like all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you guys hit multiple demographics. Like I've looked at some of the numbers for the shuffle, like just in us passing off information, like, hey, what does well here, what doesn't? And I'll be like, well, according to, the information on this, there's this many people that like that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then you're like, yeah, that kind of lines up with the numbers we see. And it's like, okay, well, there you go.
Right.
So
but by the way, I've never told you any of the numbers before.
No. We've talked about like in passing, like you and I have talked about, why is there such a flux of people watching? What were we talking about? You had told me there was a huge number of people listening on a Sunday. And I'm like, well, what's going on that Sunday? And you were like, I don't know. We were doing a salsa night. And then I looked it up. I'm like, well, it was Easter. And not to be that person, but, Christianity is huge amongst the Spanish community.
Yes.
If they're having all their families over and they're listening.
They can play the shuffle.
They can play the shuffle.
And that's hitting the demographic there.
Correct. That's what I meant by you've shown me like those numbers. Like just by us talking about it.
Yeah.
I can put one and one together for that. But yes, you have never like brought me into the studio.
Right. I've never shown you the analytics or
no. I've never seen any of that.
Never showed you that because that's all.
If you want to,
listen.
Let's get Willie on the show.
Right. Let's call Willie.
Willie, I'll do your numbers for you, bud. I'll take a look.
No, I mean
that's pretty funny.
Just the radio station itself has been amazing.
Yeah.
To be a part of.
Sure, absolutely.
It's been amazing to be a part of. It's been amazing to be able to not only control but pick the music that gets played on the station at what time.
Absolutely.
And I've been learning programming at the same time of basically running the shuffle side by side.
Really?
And I'm taking a lot of interest in it and opening my eyes to a little bit more than what I was previously exposed to, basically doing the radio station.
And how do I ask this to you without sounding like, when you kind of put together all the programming, right?
Yeah.
So because you do that, is this like, holy crap, I got to put together a 24-hour, playlist? Like, what the? Like,
so
you know what I'm saying? Like, is
the
it one of
good
those?
thing about the provider that we have, our internet provider, goes by the name of Live 365.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that program.
Yes?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, so they have an auto DJ system.
Gotcha.
That all we really have to do is plug in the music and tell it, I want this category to play, I want this category to play, I want this category to play.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
So you can put it in a clock wheel and be able to tell it, okay, I want this song, I want a sweeper, then I want this song, another sweeper, play an advertisement, and then come back to the music.
Got you. That makes sense. That totally makes sense.
And it runs it by itself.
That's impressive. That's
without
really cool.
Now, we do eventually want to expand when the station does make a little bit more money.
Sure.
To get a full-blown automation system where
for everything you're talking about?
Well, for the music itself.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to control what songs get played at what time. It's a little limited right now by what I can do, but it's still valuable for me to tell the system, okay, I just can't see what music is what music it's scheduled, but I'm telling it what categories to play at what time. That's where I'm getting my control from. But to have even more control with an automation system will make it 10 times better for me to understand, okay, what songs I can take out, what songs to put in, what songs to put in like a rest category where we don't touch those for a while. And then like that's what modern radio stations do. They have basically a rest category and they place it there so that those pieces of music don't get played until you want to bring them back into the main rotation.
That actually is super smart. Like, that's really cool.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a way to control.
Yeah, and you don't get like fatigue over the same song.
Exactly. You want it to stay fresh.
I'm
you
just gonna
want
put it out
the
there.
ones that play. Let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
The ones that play the most are the ones that are getting overplayed. So how do you control that? You make a separate rest category, take out those pieces of music, and then add new music in, or like just move around your playlist to basically what you want.
Yeah, makes sense.
And make your station like quote unquote fresh.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me.
There you go. I just wanted to finish that thought before.
No, I'm glad you did. Because that's the thing I hate about modern radio, like just standard radio, not internet radio, not podcasting or digital radio. Like your traditional radio, I can flip through 8 freaking, stations, and they're all playing the same 3 songs. And I'm like, what the hell?
At the same time, too.
At the same time. Like, oh my God.
And they're all playing an ad at the same time, too.
Well, that I don't care about too much. But like when I hear a rock station play something like Post Malone, and then Post Malone's being played on the pop station, then Post Malone's played on the country station.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's the same song. It's a pop song.
You know what? The same thing happened with the song Old Town Road.
Old Town Road was played everywhere. Yes.
And Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yes.
That got played on country stations, pop stations, alternative stations. Urban stations. That got played on Hot 97 of all places.
Yeah, which is
why
insane.
would that be played on Hot 97? But regardless of that, it's just some songs get overplayed, but that's because people want to be hearing that anyways. There's a lot of surveys out there. There's a lot of stuff that radio stations do that internet stations don't do.
Yeah.
Where you are kind of telling it or asking people, okay, what do you like listening to?
Sure.
And then the radio stations base their programming either off of that or off of what other stations are playing the most of.
That makes sense. Jaden, we are coming to the end of the show, but I want to give you obviously an opportunity to shout out. I wish you luck with Jam Media and with the Shuffle. And
and I hope you and I can continue this relationship with not only my company, but Pep Productions as well.
Of course, dude. I would love to have you back on. We should talk absolutely more, but I want to give you the opportunity. Where can the people listening on audio and the people watching on the YouTube channel find your stuff?
You can check me out. Look me up on Instagram, on Facebook, on where else am I on? TikTok at Jmar_on-air. That's JMAR_on-air. As far as the Shuffle, all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp even, at the Shuffle 1027.
Okay, awesome. Jaden, I really appreciate the conversation, man. I hope to see you there, and we'll see you next time. Huh?
Thank you so much for having me on, and I do appreciate your time. It was a fun podcast.
Absolutely. Everybody watching at home, don't forget to thank our sponsor of the episode, w.gg.com. It's actually just w.gg. Get 10% off your entire order with promotional code PEVGamer. That's 10% off your entire order. Start making your energy drinks at home instead of buying them.
Is that going to be on the bottom right here? Is that going to be on the bottom of the...
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
You know what? Just to mess with you, I'm going to add it in now. Right where you point, I'm going to just have their logo.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next episode of the Pev Productions Podcast.
Peace out.